Come in.
Oh, it's you. Take a seat. Care for a smoke? No? Well, be a lazy tailor and suit yourself. Now, why are you here? Arsenal? Gun showcase? Man, I haven't heard those words for years. Well, I can't say no, can I? Lucky for you, I know just the weapon to talk about. This bad boy's the Thompson submachine gun. It goes by many names. The Chicago typewriter, the Chicago piano, the trench broom, but it's most prominently referred to as the Tommy gun. It has quite a history in the hands of both the good, the bad, and the ugly. So without further ado, let's shine our eyes at that seasoned history. Trench warfare was a man-made hell. Soldiers would risk their lives in the hopes of gaining a few feet of land from the muddy stretch in the middle of the battlefield. It was an area unsuitable for life. It was no man's land. These battles would take months of terrible conditions with nothing but the sound of shells to keep soldiers company. The simple striking of a match struck panic in the hearts of these men. Something needed to be done to bring these deadly stalemates to an end. Something that would sway the battle in the good guys' favor. And that's where United States Army officer and firearms enthusiast John T. Thompson came in. Automatic weapons like the Gatling gun and the Maxim machine gun proved to be very valuable in combat, and Thompson recognized that. He envisioned a smaller, scaled-down version of said weaponry, a gun able to act as a trench broom, sweeping out trenches quickly and efficiently, and being able to hold its own at close ranges. He began working on the Thompson under its original name, the Annihilator. Jesus, that sounds like an edgy 5-year-old Xbox gamer tag.
Oh, riot shield! I'm a use riot shield!
Anyways, with its blunt original name aside, the main asset of the gun was the fact that it was portable and did not have to be mounted or carried by multiple soldiers like some of the other automatic weapons around at the time. It was chambered in .45 ACP, the same cartridge type as the M1911, and the bullets were fed from either a 20-round box magazine or its iconic 50-round dinner plate magazine, and these .45 caliber bullets were served up to the target with a whopping 700 RPM. However, before the Tommy gun could see military action, the war came to a close. John T. Thompson, bitter that he couldn't profit off the war, started looking for another market to buy the Tommy gun, but not before changing the name from the Annihilator to the Thompson submachine gun. Yes, the Tommy gun was the first weapon to have the submachine gun title, but it was not the first to fit the definition. Several other guns were made around the same time, including the German-made Bergmann MP-18, but found itself in a similar situation to the Thompson due to the armistice. By the Roaring '20s, the feds had rolled out prohibition laws all across the US, and rum runners and gangsters started importing and selling illegal booze while getting in turf wars with each other. These wars were bloody to say the least, with civilians often getting caught in the crossfire. The Thompson started to get marketed towards law enforcement as an anti-bandit gun and a deterrent to organized crime. However, it also found its way into the hands of crooks and thugs and became synonymous with prominent gangsters like Al Capone, who was thought to be responsible for the St. Valentine's Day massacre in Chicago in 1929 with the Tommy gun being the weapon of choice. It took a while for the Thompson to shed its criminal image. It became widely popular in pop culture, appearing in almost every gangster movie you can think of. But it eventually did get adopted into the US and British militaries in time for World War II. In an interesting turn of events, it was even used by the Soviet Union. After that, it appeared in other notable conflicts, including the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the Greek Civil War, and the Korean War. It now sits in museums as both a symbol of crime and a symbol of freedom and liberation, and it still appears in movies and video games today. Speaking of video games, let's get into the in-game information. The Tommy gun was added in a patch on the 15th of March 2019 along with the Luger. The model in Arsenal appears to be the 1921 model, complete with a 50-round drum mag, which was the first major production model in real life. During its time in Arsenal, it has undergone multiple changes. On the 29th of September 2020, its reloading sounds were removed for an unknown reason. However, that was later fixed on the 6th of July 2021, along with its kill icon being optimized and it being added to the Counterblock's game mode. Finally, on the 31st of October 2021, its firing sounds were changed after it was previously using the firing sounds from Red Orchestra 2 Rising Storm. The Tommy gun does everything a submachine gun needs to do. Its high fire rate, 50-round drum mag, and fast reload make it perfect for delivering sustained fire. However, its low body damage and terrible spread balance that out. Its movement speed is also very sluggish, making it the slowest out of all the other SMGs. If the Tommy gun happens to be in your rotation, you should try and engage with enemies up close, since it's hard to use at medium ranges unless if you fire in bursts. Oh, and it's not recommended that you try and kill someone across the map with this, as this is an SMG, and as you know, SMGs cannot hit squat at long ranges. So yeah, if you use common sense, you should be fine. And that wraps it up for this episode of Arsenal Gun Showcase. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and sign this petition or else I'll kill your dog. Anyways, I'm 𝘞𝘪𝘴𝘦𝘯𝘢𝘪, and I'll catch you later.
Pepsi bottle, a Coca-Cola glass. I don't give a